Blessed love, my family. Tell me, are you satisfied with the level of African history, heritage, and culture provided to our children in this system that we live in? I didn't think so. Well, we here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge has the solution for this dilemma. We offer a 10-month international certified homeschool program that offers African heritage and history, as well as the intriguing science called astronomy. Our classes are sent out daily in the form of to-the-point and exciting videos prepared for the young ones in mind. You, the parent, will be astonished at the knowledge they retain, and both yourself and your young ones will feel great pride when receiving the well-deserved certificate. But hold on, there is more. This 10-month program usually goes for $50 a month or $300 for the full course. But for a limited time, until the 27th day of September, which is Maskal, we will be offering the homeschool courses for only, listen to this, $30 per month, or, hear this my family, $200 for the full course. This is an investment that will definitely benefit yourself and your young ones. To sign up today, just email us at priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. Now that is PRISTISAACINSTITUTE@gmail.com. PriestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. Blessed love. Definitely we give thanks, of course, to the life giver and the keeper of life, Emperor Haile Selassie I. We do say blessed love to the family. Give thanks for your presence with us, always in the tiger's nest. And of course, just giving a word thereof, even for the information you just heard, that will be like about 4 to 5 more days or 3 more days until Maskell. I think it's 3 more days until Maskell, the celebration in Ethiopia, the commemoration of the finding of the true cross of Christ, yes. But of course, you know, as we are speaking of the International Homeschool Program, we give thanks for such a blessed moment that we could even reason on such, just keeping in mind that all you have to do to get more information is to just contact us via email, which is priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. That's priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. And of course, you could definitely visit the website itself for a lot more information, priestIsaacInstitute.com. That is priestIsaacInstitute.com. Yes, family, we have a little program put together here that we want to present. And did I say little? No, man, everything we do around here is big, yo. Little, huh? Give thanks continually. But for sure, let me just highlight the Tiger's Nest every Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday evening. Specifically, today is the 23rd. Have a lot to talk about as it relates to this day. And of course, as I said, this evening on the Tiger's Nest for sure, talking about the international flavor, the universal spice, and we are expressing that Radio Anu. And to find Radio Anu, all you got to do is visit our website, priestIsaacInstitute.com, priestIsaacInstitute.com, and that is the website of the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge. And remember to join us every Sunday morning as well. That is very, very important for our Sunday. Well, it's your Sunday morning cup of tea, and the program is entitled Kidemi. Every Sunday morning from 6 a.m. to 9 a.m., definitely taking it to another level. We're looking forward to your presence with us. And it's all about love, family. That's the vibes right now. You know, love is definitely, we got to really set upon that and vibes exactly what that's all about, loving and sharing that love, and God is love and let us all love. So let me even give a moment to give thanks to all the ones that take the time to even share the love with I. And when I say share the love now, even just to be here, even just to be a part of the family, ones I don't even know, I may not even know you, but there's a connection, and I know there's some level of joy. There got to be some frequency that is expressed, because it's easy, eh? It's easy to come and burn a fire on, the trolls and the haters and the detractors. But what about those who genuinely care for the mission and care for the work? Whether you know them or not, and have a strong appreciation for what is being done, and just life in general, and remember, God is love, eh? So that means it's a universal thing too. There got to be a love for the animals and for nature, just love in general. Sometimes we don't penetrate that enough at all. We like a lot of contention, we like a lot of argument, we like a lot of gossip, we like a lot of discord, we like a lot of problems. We like to hear, oh, this is what happened here. We like to hear, oh, this is what happened there. You check it. And not never happened to us. No, we're the pure. We're Mr. and Mrs. Perfect. Or I'm Mr. Clean. Yeah, imagine that. That's how we live. Instead of just dealing with balance and love, and justice and uprightness. And you say, so what is all of this? Even King Emmanuel teaches this. No slandering, no backbiting. A lot of that go on, eh? Man, I'm telling you, a lot of that go on. You'd be surprised, eh? I know individuals personally. Some of them might be just listening to this. That might be listening, And the things they would say, not nobody tell me what they say. You got to remember, it's a different time. You would sit down in the midst of people, and people just recording you. See, like how I recording this, I get into the subject, and what we talking about now. People just be recording you. You don't know they're recording you. And then take that recording and send it and say, hey, listen to what that man is saying about you. And oh, wow, okay. Wow, he said that about me. But listen, he's right here. You know what I mean? But then again, now, you'd have to know how to be humble in yourself and balanced in yourself to deal with that, because it's all about chess too, to a certain degree, eh? That is why life, family, let me show you something. Life in general, sometimes you have to pick your battles. And as I always say, on your way home, it's not every dog that bark at you. You got to stop and try to pick up a stone and ward it off, or else you will never get home. Trust me. And only the dogs that gives a definite threat you should pay attention to. And them dogs there, you should arm yourself to kill them there. Don't just ward them there off, kill them, because when you pass back tomorrow, you don't want that in your way. No, I'm serious, So anything worth paying attention to and addressing and attacking, you best you go with it with all your might and force, or else just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. But the point I'm making, it's sad. There's a lot of hypocrisy amongst us. I'm telling you. I'm not asking you. I'm not guessing. A lot of hypocrisy, a lot of talk, a lot of yap. That's why a lot of things you don't see me run down and follow up on. So this is a very serious mission, eh? But a lot of us, we're not even aware of that. And I see I'm getting into a different levels there, and that's not what I was talking about. I'm just saying, let us continue to love and keep a joy, and and be honest with himself and cleanse your own self, to detoxify yourself, not just physically alone, detoxify the mind, deep breathe. Why want to hurt anyone? Why would you want to rob from someone? What's the motion of that? The motive, I should say, or what's the motion? What moves that to just do someone ill? Where did that spirit come from? Don't you think it's better to see people happy? Why are you happy when someone else is sad or fails, or their dreams don't come true? Maybe you don't have dreams to pay attention to. That's why you're thinking about pulling down someone else's dreams. So all of that is like total opposite of love. Yo, the Black Christ teach us to love, eh? And if you have one banana, you break it, and one orange and all of that. Some of us will live the one banana life. But when we get a whole grove of bananas, we're still pulling down one and say, yeah, you take one. Yeah, but you see, it's all again about balance. I mean, if it's millions of feeding, well, everyone will get one. But amongst brethren and sisters and one-on-one, and that's another thing. It's millions we have to feed for real, That's another thing. We have millions to feed, family. That takes love, man. But anyway, let me just move on. There's a vibes that came into me, something, just the energy. Yeah, today is the 23rd day of September, family. And today is the day that I think is 51 members of the Hebrew Israelite community expected to be deported from Israel and Palestine, obviously, and brought to the United States of America. All right, let me just give you a little rundown on this, and let me just excuse all these non-paid advertisements here. All right, 51 members of Hebrew Israelite community ordered to leave Israel by September 23rd. That's today. Interior Minister turns down appeals against deportation orders issued in April. Recipients, some born in Israel are demanding legal status, plan to take the case to court. Let me repeat that. It says here, Interior Ministry, turns down appeals against deportation orders issued in April. Recipients, some born in Israel, are demanding legal status, plan to take case to court. Okay. I think the grammar there is something. Around 50 members of the Hebrew Israelites community in Dimona, some 3,000 strong, in southern Israel, have been told that they must leave the country by today, September the 23rd, for lack of legal status in Israel or risk forcible deportation by the immigration police. In response to appeals asking to be allowed to stay, the Interior Ministry's Population and Immigration Authority wrote to each family that neither residency in Israel for a long period nor work in the country were sufficient grounds for a change of status. The letters were received on Thursday, although they were dated August 9th. The recipients plan to appeal against the decision to a court in Beersheba. Earlier this year, 17 letters were sent to the families, numbering 51 individuals in total, some of whom were born in Israel, and some of whose children have served in the IDF, which is the Israel Defense Force. They were told to leave within 60 days, but were given the right to appeal. The community which believes it descended from an ancient Israelite tribe, hyena telling the lion story here. The community which believes it descended from an ancient Israelite tribe began arriving in Israel in 1969, following the late Ben Carter, a Chicago steelworker, and renamed himself Ben-Ami Ben Israel, and claimed to be God's representative on earth. All 51 people who, and it has here a photo of the good brother Ben-Ami Ben Israel, and it has on the here captioned, the late Ben-Ami Ben Israel, spiritual leader of the Hebrew Israelite community. All right. All 51 people who received deportation notices entered Israel from the US as tourists and remained in the country illegally once their permitted 3-month stay was up. Some of the adults who were born in Israel, according to ARCHAEOASTRONOMER Moore, who is coordinating the campaign to stop the deportations, of these, some have their own children. Those who were not eligible for US citizenship or have given it up stateless and have nowhere to go. In other words, keep in mind, some people were literally born there. Some of the 51 I'm speaking of. According to its website, the community which permits polygamy does not subscribe to any religion because religions have only divided men. It does, however, observe the Sabbath and Jewish holidays mentioned in the Torah. Circumcises its male children 8 days after birth and requires women to observe the biblical laws of purification. It is not recognized as Jewish by Israel's religious authority. They have here, you have a picture here, you can see a picture of a celebration taking place. I think these sisters, it looks like they are fatigued in the IDF uniform, battery in hand and on shoulder as well, the Israel Defense Force. And it says here, the African Hebrew Israelite community, also known as the Black Hebrews, seen during celebrations of New World Passover, which marks the exodus from the United States in the southern Israel city of Dimona on July 18, 2016, that was. Many community members were granted permanent residency in 2003. From 2004, its youth have been serving in the Israel Defense Forces. Those who complete military service are eligible to apply for citizenship, and most requests are approved. In 2014, then Interior Minister Gideon Sa'ar announced that permanent residents could acquire citizenship if they relinquish their American nationality. Okay, those who had performed military service were eligible to apply for citizenship without giving up US passport if they had them. And it says here, I think this is the end of it, Moore, age 30, the son of the community's founder and an Israeli citizen, thanks to his IDF service, said that community members pay taxes and are fully integrated into state schools in Dimona and life in general. Okay, yes, basically that is it. So that is coming out of the Israel Times, or the Times of Israel, I should say, giving you an idea of exactly what should be taking place. So let's say the day should pass out, and on the 24th, we will find out exactly what happens. From my comprehension, the mayor of Dimona is against the move and has made a statement saying that he will not take part whatsoever in any deportation, but what can he do really? But you know, that's how it is still. And today is the day. Today is the 23rd day of September, and today is the day that they should be, the 51 members of the Hebrew Israelite community should be, not should be, but it's supposed to be, and deported. Now, of course, I'm not going to get too theological into all of this, really. They did mention the Operation Moses and the Operation Solomon in different conversations. You know, I'm talking about the government showing that they have tolerance with people from outside them. You know, when they brought in the people from Ethiopia, I'm sure you know about that, the Falashas, as they call them, and the Beta Israel into modern day Israel, Jerusalem, and these places. They airlifted them out of Ethiopia, 1990, I think, and some other time. But whenever it was, thousands of Ethiopians, Operation Moses, Operation Solomon, I think that Operation Jacob too, thousands of them they lifted up and brought them to Palestine, because they were also descendants of the true children of Israel. So they had an opportunity to come and live in Israel. There's a lot of mix up there. Number one, that little spot over there, I mean, that alone is a conversation by itself. And this is why we always highlight our book. How many of you have the book? I mean, that's where you got to start. I'm talking about the true biblical land of Israel. I'll just give it a plug here since we mentioned that. The true biblical land of Israel. It wasn't a part of the script. I don't even have the picture up. But the true biblical land of Israel. You can go on the Amazon and get the true biblical land of Israel, or you can contact us and get it directly from us, the true biblical land of Israel. And that gives you an understanding that the land of Israel described in the Bible is not Palestine. And someone may easily say, well, that don't have nothing to do with this. Man, this is what this is all about. You mean that don't have nothing to do with this? Why you think they went to Ethiopia for the Ethiopians, taking them out of their land? Taking the Ethiopians out of their land. And the Ethiopians happily went because they're very religious and they believe they're from Palestine. It's just like when you have black people in Sudan and Somalia telling you that they are Arabs. That ain't no joke. That's not nothing I'm asking you. They have black people that are of the Islamic faith that will tell you, people that born in Africa, that will tell you that they are Arabs. So religion is very strong, and belief, you know, and I know we would say, well, it's not religion, but a lot of things we say not religion is religion. You know, so what I'm highlighting there, that's a religious argument where Israel is in the Bible, because ones will quickly say, oh, the Bible don't this, and who wrote the Bible? But that's not the argument of this theology here. The argument is that according to the Bible, because a lot of this is based on Bible, according to the Bible, the land that they're arguing about is not Palestine. And we all know how the Palestine-Israel thing came about. It's pure geopolitics, diplomacy, and war. We know that. 1940, 1947, we know how that story goes. The Balfour Agreement, we understand that. You know, and that has turned religious. As Idi Amin says, they take the state of Palestine to the help of Britain and America and turn it upside down and call it the state of Israel. That's exactly what it is, you know. All right. So now, if you can grasp that, it takes this into another level. But you see, again, to a degree, that's not the main point. The point is that it's still the land of the indigenous. And again, you have people that were even born there, so that gone into now international law and human rights. The land you're born in, human rights, because no matter what race you are now, when you're born a specific place, even if it's in Africa, you have the rights according to international law, the way they perceive it. So you see, even those of us who like to speak of, human rights and international law and Africa for the Africans too, this thing is layered, this thing deep. That's why you have Caucasians, Europeans going to Africa to have their children, not with Africans, with themselves. And that's the platform a long time, because international law is somewhat construed now that you as a Black being who's born outside of Africa has less rights than a European by nature that's born in the depths of the Congo. That's what it is. That's what it is. So you gotta go for some other level of human rights and justice now, you understand, to universal law, to see if you can supersede that. That is exactly what it is. So the same land that you say belong to you, when you go there, the amount of things they got to do just to stay there. And if you don't get it right, you have to leave. Where the person you're saying belongs in Europe was born there, they're going to be waving, bye-bye, come again. I mean, now in this modern day time, isn't that how the world runs? I'm not making that up. I think everyone can agree with that. All right. So I'm just showing you the reality of that. Even in this case here, a lot of these young people, and yeah, they were born there. It's a long time they were over there. Long time. And some of the elder ones, they were born right there. People that they deported. And hear this now. This is not a case of Europeans being born in Africa. As you would hear when we did the previous programs, some of the elders were saying, we have proof that this is our motherland. This is Northeast Africa. This is Northeast Africa. So in reality, the people that are kicking them out don't belong there at all on that level. But then on the international law level that we're trying to deal with here, these people, they were born there too. So that's a great case. So the government of Israel on that level, I'm trying to show you the different levels. So we have a wholesome conversation. So we be careful how we express ourselves, just for your own good, not for me, for you. It's how you express yourself with your knowledge that you have is important for your very soul, for your very soul. So I'm just showing you the different levels. So the Israeli government, next level again. So the Israeli government now that are kicking out the Hebrew, Black African Hebrew Israelites, they themselves really don't belong there. They broke international law, really. International law was kind of curved and carved to fit them in. Wow. And they're kicking out the indigenous people, not just indigenous, twice indigenous. That's their land. And some of them born there, literally born there. Even if you're a zebra and you're born there. Yeah, you belong to the land. It's your land, that's where you're born. You're an Israeli zebra, or whatever animal or human being, even if you're Chinese descent and you're born there in Israel, that's what you're being, man. That's how the world runs. From my understanding, that's how the world goes. People take advantage of these things. Again, as I just explained, the European African situation. People go to the US because they believe that's the land of milk and honey to have their children. So the children have a better opportunity. So on that level, this is totally against international law and still against universal law, and still against anything that has to do with morality, and it's a criminal offense too. And it's so many different things. Plus, again, there's a religious touch to it. We can't forget that. Again, and a great misunderstanding of the theology, even amongst us as the Black ones. Because the Ethiopians, if they overstood it properly, they would never get on them planes to go to Palestine. No disrespect, but they wouldn't get on the plane to go to Palestine. Even I and I as Black Hebrew Israelites, the fullness of Africa, according to that book, is the promised land. from the river Euphrates to the Great Sea. I encourage you again to get a copy of the true biblical land of Israel and read it good. Maybe one of these times we have to have a reading session, a book review program or something, and read the true biblical land of Israel and go through it properly. But anyway, give thanks for the life giver and the keeper of life. I would leave it at that, my family. Give thanks for the love, and remember, that's what it's all about. You know, love your brother as your brother, and your sister. Hold on and never let go. That's what it's all about. Yes, life giver and the keeper of life. And of course, I just remind you for sure to make sure you tune into Radio Anu, the international flavor, the universal spice. The link is in the description below. All good things there are waiting for you. And remember, it's just about 4 more days, isn't it? Yes, for the completion of the offer we have for the homeschool program. But listen, my family, it's best you contact us. Contact us and we can work anything out, man, because to me, all the youths need to see this and learn about the Afrocentricity and appreciate the Afrocentricity more. Yeah, I know you're doing a good job. It can only add, it can only help. Holy Emmanuel, I Selassie, Jah, Rastafari. Blessed love, my family. Tell me, are you satisfied with the level of African history, heritage, and culture provided to our children in this system that we live in? I didn't think so. Well, we here at the Priest Isaac's Institute of Holistic Knowledge has the solution for this dilemma. We offer a 10-month international certified homeschool program that offers African heritage and history, as well as the intriguing science called astronomy. Our classes are sent out daily in the form of to-the-point and exciting videos prepared for the young ones in mind. You, the parent, will be astonished at the knowledge they retain, and both yourself and your young ones will feel great pride when receiving the well-deserved certificate. But hold on, there is more. This 10-month program usually goes for $50 a month or $300 for the full course. But for a limited time, until the 27th day of September, which is Maskal, we will be offering the homeschool courses for only, listen to this, $30 per month, or, hear this, my family, $200 for the full course. This is an investment that will definitely benefit yourself and your young ones. To sign up today, just email us at priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. Now that is PRISTISAACINSTITUTE@gmail.com. priestIsaacInstitute@gmail.com. Blessed love.